In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Last time on Chaotic Amateurs. Welcome back, guys. Boy, do we got a treat
to the
for
number one D&D 5e.
Aw, yeah.
The more we
doing
say
it for real.
the truer it becomes.
I'm gonna say it every time now.
It's like a vision board.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the number one D&D 5e playthrough podcast.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
For real. God, it's been a while. I'm glad to be back. We got a special treat for you guys. Before we jump in, I just want to remind you guys where we were last time. Our merry band of adventurers, the Wild Stallions, I guess. I hated that name, but now I think I say it more than anybody. Were held at Blade's Edge by unknown assailants.
They're kind of known.
Fine, kind of known assailants.
The Duncan's guys, right?
Did we say that in the show?
I think so.
Yeah, because we were
they
pulling
came
up to his
over.
place.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So you guys do know.
Well, shucks.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to the end yet. I thought he came out at the end. It was like, what the heck is going on out here?
That's canon. That's going to be Duncan's voice.
To be fair, I don't think he said that.
That's got to be Duncan's voice.
is going on here?
Get off my porch.
My 23 herbs and spices are secret. Gosh darn it.
Now you're turning him a Wilford Brimley.
Okay.
I was-
So, now we're going to step back out. That's my rewind voice.
Oh.
And we're going to step back forward. That's my fast forward voice. Into the two new characters.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I wish I had known about this.
We are stepping into the lives for a day
Okay.
of two characters whom work for Duncan Syran, know our friend Ferdinand Indike, and have a role to play in the events of last night, as it were, between the attack on the Whisperers from the Brotherhood and when you got when
the Broken Widow.
The Brotherhood of the Broken Widow.
He's just showing off that he's got all his notes.
It's pretty impressive.
There are no notes.
And
They're up here.
and when the Wild Stallions were captured by the Templars that protect the Spring of Songs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Speaking of Ferdinand, so my character, her name is Minnitra Doate. You can call her Minni.
Minni. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. I was just going to say Lance would definitely call her Minnie.
Yeah.
What's a Minnie?
Minnitra Doate. She's a drow, and she loves Ferdinand. She grew up underground, did all that training and stuff. She's not one of the magical types, but so she had to find other ways of being crafty and successful and surviving.
How'd she meet Ferdinand?
Once she left her hometown, came topside. So anyway, she was part of a mercenary guild and doing what mercenaries do best, and she was on a particular assignment, and it actually involved Ferdinand. She doesn't know who the contract was from. She was just doing her job, getting the money. She doesn't really kind of care about much other than just doing her job and getting better at her skills and stuff. And so Ferdinand happened to be the target of this particular job. And it was more or less, it was love at first sight. And
Did Ferdinand reciprocate at all, or was it kind of just
not
like a
really
unrequited love sort of thing?
Yeah, it was kind of like a puppy dog kind of a thing. And I don't mean that in a sexist, like, oh, a female, swooning over a guy, but she was definitely intrigued by him. She hasn't met somebody as
Dedicated?
Yeah, dedicated and skilled, and I don't know. She just doesn't respect many people, and he kind of demanded it.
Nice.
And so she went against the contract and essentially just started following Ferdinand around, and he recruited her into whatever cause that we still have yet to figure out as characters and players. So
what is how have you been feeling since Ferdinand obviously went away on his little
well, before he went away, and as our other characters know, he was on that boat, caught as a slaver, essentially, possibly on purpose to get to the Bravik. I don't know. Anyway, that just occurred to me. Before he left, he told her to go to Bravik, and that he would meet her there, and so she's been missing and waiting with bated breath, so to speak, just kind of doing whatever the Templars.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Is that their name?
Yeah, we've been calling them the Templars.
Yeah. Kind of just whatever they've been asking of her, doing odd jobs and missions and things like that.
Okay.
Just to fill the time. But just because essentially Ferdinand said, go to these people, they're good people, and keep yourself busy, because if she doesn't keep herself busy, she will most likely fall into more seedier
activities.
Yeah, she'll find contracts where she can, essentially on her own.
Okay.
So
cool. Bentley, who you playing today?
Hello. I will be playing Illdyn Godear, also a Drow rogue, but from a different mercenary guild. He's from the North Bend Mercenaries, and they were all slaughtered, as far as he knows. And kind of similar to old Minni over here, he Ferdinand found him actually in a bar trying to pick up a contract, like right after it happened, because obviously that's pretty much all he knows. And so he was hired by Ferdinand because Ferdinand felt that there was like a threat out against him, and he was trying to get, as we kind of know what goes on with our regular adventurers. Come to find out, the threat was Minni, and Ferdinand was so befuddled by those beautiful eyes that he was like, "No, Illy, don't kill her." And they were sort of his right and left hand. She was the right, he was the left. And
the more creative, dexterous, and intelligent hand.
Well, he just liked her more.
Yeah.
She got those eyes. And so, yeah, they've kind of worked, begrudgingly beside each other for a while, because they're both, very, independent types, but also very good at what they do.
Okay.
And so it's hard, but, they do have the boss that's like, hey, come on, guys, put it aside. Let's work it. And so he sent us here to help Duncan, because, it would behoove him. Like, we were basically supposed to pave the way for him to have like a smooth, I can only think of it this way, injection into the city. And, but yeah, we were supposed to kind of help pave the way and help Duncan out and that sort of thing. And then we've been obviously waiting a little bit longer than we expected.
Okay.
And that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think Minni is kind of starting to tap her fingers in the figurative sense, like, okay, he should be here by now.
Okay.
What's going on?
And I imagine we kind of help with training with guards, or, help their skills and that sort of thing.
Yeah. And I think there's a mutual respect between the two of us, even though Minni isn't a fan of people in general.
Yeah, I think it's like a clinical thing where it's like, you're good at this, I'm good at this.
It's a practical thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we're,
Right.
It's not a best friendship like Lanston Territory.
And Yamhorn.
Yammy. Give him those shoulder rides.
Okay.
Well, and of course, I haven't said it yet, but obviously I'm Rhett, your dungeon master for this evening. So, without further ado, I'm going to put us in the VCR. I'm going to press play on this little bad boy.
Hold on, I got to skip forward through the FBI pirating.
Yeah, nobody believes that.
Rhett, hit the tracking.
Tracking. Oh my gosh.
Got that Foley record. Foley record, Rhett.
Have you heard? Harley, a stout dwarf who served Duncan and Bravik since long before the inpouring of refugees from Wurzburg, nearly belched the words. He was so short on breath. Duncan looked up from where he was sitting, the area he always did, in the temple shrine of the Spring of Songs, unable to go too far. Demercurio and the Whisperers came under attack by the Brotherhood. Duncan looked up. Really? Did they have help? Harley looked back at him and he goes, 3 adventurers we've never met before. From out of town, no doubt. Interesting, Duncan said. Or wait, maybe I should do Duncan's real voice now.
Mm-hmm. I like this, the two NPCs talking to each other. It makes
You're welcome.
less work for us.
You guys are out of this episode.
Yeah.
You guys introduce your kids.
This
You
is
guys
all
are
you.
done.
Yeah. Rhett's solo episode.
You guys sitting quietly, sort of on opposite ends of the temple shrine, kind of in a little nook and cranny. I guess in the shadows, you could almost say.
Yeah, I'm probably sharpening a knife or something like that.
Something cool.
Yeah.
Perk up at the sound of, at this conversation. Basically, it's been a long time since anybody's been able to stick it to the Whisperers. And Harley goes on to say something like, Bojin came out of undercover to help them set up a drop, and I guess they turned the tables on him over there. Sorry, because I was loud. I was backing up. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Duncan goes, and where's Bojin now? Harley goes, the Brotherhood sent them back in so that the Whisperers wouldn't think there was anything amiss. Have we heard from Bojin since? Has he sent the signal? No. Through a little brief conversation, Duncan sends Harley away, and he turns, faces the doorway, and clasps his hands behind him in the way that you both understand to mean that he'd like to speak to you both. What do?
I kind of, out of the corner of my eye, look up. I see the hand gesture, and kind of without really saying anything or stopping my duties as I'm sharpening my knife, I just kind of walk while still focusing on sharpening my knife.
Okay.
I get up and follow.
Okay.
Saying nothing.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like sighing, like you're like, here's a job.
I know you both have been waiting for Ferdinand for an awfully long time, but depending on who these adventurers are, it might have something to do with Ferdinand, if I know anything about him. We need to know more information. I think it's time Bojin comes home, but if he's undercover right now with the Whisperers, or worse, been captured, we have to do it discreetly. Can I count on you two?
You can.
No problem.
All right.
Just tell me what you need done.
Go and get Bojin from the Whisperers. Metadata here for you guys. Bojin was nicknamed in one of the last recording sessions as super secret undercover sleeper man or something.
We tried to get the acronym down, but it didn't.
You guys have been waiting on this for a long time. You both already know, well equipped with the information on where the Whispers hide, where Bojin is if he's not been captured, where Bojin might be if he is actually captured, if his undercover status has been compromised. Because you guys are bloody freaking professionals. You always got your finger on the pulse, ear to the ground, as it were. So, maybe thinking to yourselves, all right, this should be easy. We'll be back before sunup, aye?
That's right. It doesn't seem like a big job to me.
It's probably a little bit beneath you, in fact.
I've had harder, yeah.
So,
I don't know about this other person.
equipped with the knowledge that Bojin's usual spot, I guess, with the Whisperers is in the manor, the house, the mansion, belonging to Signore Di Mercurio.
Close. He's close in. Okay.
You guys set off to go and find your peer, your friend. He's not your guys' friend, but you know what I mean.
Right.
So, tell me what you guys want to do. How you guys want to handle this? You guys just want to go straight in, march through the doors, crossbows blazing?
Here's the question for the DM.
Yeah, what do we know? Do we know if it's does he have guards like Duncan all around the place?
Does Duncan have guards? Oh,
no. Does DiMarcurio have guards around the place like Duncan? Like, do we know this? Like, what is
you
our
guys
knowledge
know
of
that they are keenly aware for intruders, and who knows? They might be on high alert now that they've been attacked by the Brotherhood.
Right.
When they weren't. I mean, they were kind of expecting it, but they weren't at the same time.
Yeah.
They took quite a blow. Obviously, this is after the attack at the Church of... points to whoever can tell me.
Joe June.
That's right. Good for you, Bentley.
The
god
of
secrets
toupees.
and
Yeah, the god of
toupees.
toupees.
So who knows? They might be on high alert now. You guys can reasonably... I'll say that your characters can reasonably assume that they might be on high alert after such an attack.
But we know exactly where it is.
You know exactly where they are.
What's your name again? Illdyn?
Illdyn.
So Illdyn, what do you think for this? I just like you am a little more comfortable underground. And this is my question to the DM. Are we familiar with the under?
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys, regardless of how long you guys have been in Bravo, I mean, you guys have been here for a while. Ferdinand has been away for... I mean, it's kind of turning to winter now in Bravik. He left at the beginning of summer, springtime maybe. Mm-hmm. And so it's been like half a year that Ferdinand has kind of tasked you guys being here. You guys spent a lot of time getting to know Bravik because, just in case you guys decide to ever abandon this cause, you go and pick up some pocket money doing other jobs or whatever you need to. So
that's what I think we should do. I think we should maybe head underground, find our way there. There's no sense in exposing ourselves. That, as far as I'm concerned, the least amount of exposure I have to the public, the better.
Right. So I would say then that we use the underground tunnels and we go into... obviously, we know that he has that secret entrance into the tunnels into the basement.
Mm.
So are you suggesting we go into there?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's fine.
If we've done the research.
You have.
So
No.
obviously, we're talking about in the moment, Red.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, our P.
Okay, you guys got it. I'll be over here texting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now,
Yeah.
obviously, we're going to need disguises.
God, if only you guys knew somebody who was
Yeah.
an expert at disguises.
Fortunately, we haven't met him yet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you take lead on this.
All right.
I always feel more comfortable when she takes lead. One, because it's mainly if it gets screwed up, I can blame her later.
Smart.
And do you...
But also Ferdinand told me specifically, watch your back always. And I said, okay. So I take that as a literal, let her lead. It keeps the peace. And also, if someone sneaks up, I can save us. And if not, then I get killed.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think...
North Bend mercenaries rule.
Well, rear guard is the most dangerous position in any...
And I know that. I'm showing off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
confident. So here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go ahead and put my cloak over my head. I'm not worried about changing my clothes. I'm focused on the goal, and I'm not interested in putting on a big show. It's just like straight in, do the job, get out.
Yeah.
And so, but I will say, as we're going down underground, is there access from where we are now in the song?
So you guys
Spring
go
song.
out into the city, and before you obviously hit the streets, you hit the back alleys, you hit the shadowed ways, as it was, the rooftops, the alleyways, the sewers, and you make your way to where you can access the tunnels or the sewers to get into the
Do I see any goose?
Casa de Mercurio. Any goose?
Yeah.
No goose.
Okay, good. Once we're underground, I'm gonna start only speaking to Illdyn in Undercommon.
Okay.
Assuming you, as a drow, you also speak Undercommon.
Minni, I do.
I don't want to assume. I don't want to. Okay.
So.
All right. So, I guess we start heading off in the direction we.
All right. So, cue a montage of you guys skirting among the rooftops with the moon playing your shadows across the streets in silvery light. And then ducking down under low-hanging terraces and skirting up walls and climbing vines and and of course ducking, diving, rolling, jumping, having fun.
I would imagine like that because we do train with each other and we train with the other people in these scenarios. It's always like a sort of, hey, I just did this.
Like trying to one up the parkour.
It's like, we're having fun parkouring with each other, but we're also still super focused.
Yeah.
Right. It's like in Count of Monte Cristo when they give each other the king chess piece.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
I like that book. A little long.
You guys are like giving each other the winkies and the like thumbs up and like, yo, what up? Do you see how high I jump? And then the montage slowly comes to end with you guys creeping through the dank sewers, nearing the Casa de Mercurio. De Mercurio. Yeah. And in the background, you can hear like the slight dripping echoing like, oh
Wait,
my
wait,
God, that's awesome.
Hold on. That was a good one. No echo on that one.
That was pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie.
Those were my crappiest ones, too. You should see what I can do.
Get the Chaotic Amateurs Foley record now. All 3 volumes for $19.99 only if you call within the next 10 minutes.
Track 7, Dripping Water.
You guys are sloshing through, kicking water, and then you hold up the fist in the sweet commando fashion, You guys are nearing the Casa de Mercurio. Who knows if they're aware of the secret entrance? You don't know for certain, but they could have sentries posted down here. They could have traps. So I'm going to need you guys to give me a perception check.
I'd like to add that my passive perception
Is double?
is 17.
Oh, jeez. All right.
But I'll go ahead and roll anyway. That's 15 plus 7.
Okay.
I got a 19 plus 7.
So you got just like
Our stats are going to be like identical.
Yeah.
so it's like imagine the commandos like traipsing through the Vietnam fort, the jungle, and then they stop and they like like maybe you do some trick where you can see like the tripwire glistening in the ultra low light, but with your drow vision you guys can just like see it glistening perfectly. It's a tripwire. You don't know what. Could be a magical thing. Could have just be like a string connecting to cans like upstairs or whatever. But it could be rigged to bombs or explosives or a trap of some
Or
sort.
a bucket of water above the door.
Mm-hmm. Yep, even better.
2 paint cans that sling down the stairs.
Hey, Illdyn, I think I spot some micro machines on the floor. Be careful.
Tiptoe.
So you guys tip over it. No
Yeah,
problem.
we're all talking about Home Alone here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Except, unlike the movie, these are real dangerous traps.
Yeah.
You guys get hit in the head with a paint can, you guys going into a coma.
That's right. Okay. So we're in.
Fretcha.
I don't want to derail this too much, but I heard a joke one time
There we
that
go.
Kevin, whatever his last name is,
McAllister.
grew up to be the Jigsaw killer later on because of all of his traps.
Yeah.
He grew up to be the Jigsaw killer.
Got super sick.
Saw?
Yeah, from
Gotcha.
Saw.
The creepy shoveler guy probably trained him up in the ways of killing.
You want to play a game? Luckily, Kevin McAllister isn't booby trapping this house too much. So you guys step over that one really quick. Give me another perception roll.
Sure thing. 10 total.
What?
3 plus 7.
Yeah, we both basically rolled the same. 5 plus 7. I got a 12.
Okay, so
I hate you.
you guys literally just rolled I-20s on me. Like, come on. So you guys are traipsing along and well, I guess you're behind, so you don't notice this, but she steps in the ground in the kind of the mucky water. You can hear kind of like Indiana Jones, like stone grating on each other as the floor sort of sinks in right where she stepped, and she like looks back at you.
Oh, Minni, are you... you're kidding me.
It was getting boring. I just wanted some fun.
Sure.
All of a sudden, 2 gates, cast iron bars, just drop on either side of both of you. You guys are locked in this thing together.
Don't worry. We got this.
And the tunnels slowly start shifting in such a way
I've got it.
where they like start closing in on each other.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay. I want to search the walls. I want to see if there's any sort of identifying marks or
Okay, give me a perception check.
or light, you know.
I hear this is called the trash compactor.
12 plus 7. 19.
What is that? Oh. Not good. 11.
Okay, so what you notice is that in the wall
I'm too annoyed by her.
in the wall there is like a missing brick. But these things are slowly shifting and all this stuff, but that one spot stays completely empty where it looks like a brick can fit right in there.
I don't tell Illdyn.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I'm going to start kind of feeling around under the water for any sort of bricks or anything like that.
You don't find anything. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm going to draw my hand crossbow.
19 plus 7.
Okay. What you do notice is that there is another brick on the opposite side of the wall. It seems to be loose. The mortar around it has been like weathered away. And as the wall is slowly shifting, like I said, it's like...
Okay.
As it's like tightening down like a freaking aperture lens, you know, like on a camera. It's like kind of closing in like that. It's getting ready to disappear behind another layer of the wall, but you can see it's loose.
Okay. I tell Illdyn, just have a seat. And then I dash over to the brick.
Okay.
And I want to look at it and make sure that there isn't any sort of secondary traps on it, so I don't know if I can do something about that.
Roll me a perception check, I guess.
If it's perception, 17 plus 7. Is it perception or investigation? It doesn't matter. I got a 17 plus 4 if it's investigation.
Okay. Well, so you don't notice any traps.
Okay.
But it does seem to be just like a loose sort of brick in there.
I'll yank it out and start to work it over to the...
Illdyn is
spot.
standing there with his hands crossed and a crossbow in his right hand, just waiting. She can't see him tapping his foot underneath the water.
Bum, 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 bum.
So I take the brick and I...
Any day now, Minni.
And I place it
Whenever
in
you're
the
done
empty spot.
showing off.
So tell me how you place it in. Tell me in terms of like you pull the brick out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you place it
I
in
get
the
what you're
same
saying.
orientation that it was in?
No.
Or do you
what
flip
I
it
do,
around?
Yeah, what I do is I pull it directly out the only way I can, really.
Okay.
I pull it straight out. And then the side that was facing me as I pulled it out is the side I want facing the back of the hole that I'm putting it into.
The side that was facing you
is going to go straight into the thing.
All right. So as you slide it into the hole, you see it kind of
Don't give us hints.
You see a marking. No, he's got it.
Yeah.
You see a marking on the other side of it, and you're like, "Oh, that looks important." You see, you slide it in. You got it right on the first time. Everything stops right before you guys are like crushed to
Oh,
death.
good.
I told you.
Chap's not too smart,
This
huh?
is not Minnie's first trip out.
But
Yeah.
the iron
I-
bars haven't lifted yet.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Mr. Fancy Pants, I did the hard part. Why don't you take the
Oh, you
gates?
took a brick out of the wall. Congratulations.
Hey, we're live. You're welcome. Now,
No, and
make
thank you
yourself
for,
useful.
Thank you for
Get the
tripping
gate.
the wire. It was wonderful of you to step on that.
No.
It was actually a pressure plate.
Either way.
Who are you talking to?
His inner monologue.
Yeah.
You don't hear that. I have this voice that comes in my head. And it's like, Minni did this. And then Illdyn did this.
So,
Dude.
for the time being, the walls have stopped.
Walls have stopped. But now we have to do the gates. Wonderful. Perception check.
What are you
Sure.
talking about?
I'd like to go over to the gate that, the forward gate, I guess,
Okay.
and just see if I can pop it up. Just pop that top off.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
I like the pause, okay?
Yeah, boy. Say, my strength is an 8 with a 0 modifier. That's a sweet 2, Rhett.
2 total.
2 total.
Yeah.
Not that strong when it comes to lifting iron bars. More just slitting throats.
Doesn't take
so
much.
I got a great slitting throat no.
If only this gate had a throat.
Yeah, exactly. Minni, the gate doesn't have a throat. We're screwed.
Well, I've looked. I don't know why I went Australian all of a sudden.
That's fine.
So you walk over and you grab the gate with both hands. And
It's stuck.
and you remember a movie what you saw one time and you're like, maybe it's a matter of leverage, mate. Just kidding. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Boom.
Just
Okay.
like last time.
So you get.
Coin.
Oh yeah. I've been thinking about Pirates of the Caribbean a lot. So you guys started
wouldn't
on a
have
ship,
guessed.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
so you go and lift the bars and you give it a mighty heave, just like you put it right into your legs. You feel the iron gate shifting.
Shouldn't have skipped leg day.
You're pulling it free, and then you kind of give it a jergle like this, and you feel it like lock into place, maybe like 3 inches higher than it was. And all of a sudden, you look behind you, and above you, there's like a spout that's now spitting water out, just like kind of green, oozy, toxic water. But what is worse, is you just catch a glimpse as the water slowly starts going above your ankles, middle of your shins, through the water.
What did you do?
You
Illdyn?
think you
Minni,
see
what did you do?
Don't even.
some sort of creature,
Ah.
and it's in the water somewhere as the water goes up.
All right. I'm going to climb up on the gate so I'm out of the water.
Okay.
Like Spider-Man.
I'll allow it.
So is this? We're in a cylinder, like a tube,
Yep.
right now. There's no sort of.
It's like a Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Exactly like the Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Well, Minni, I tried my way. Your move.
My
Bum,
goodness.
bum,
Okay.
bum.
I want to
bum,
like crawl
bum.
across and like, can I? Are the walls moving again in a way that
The walls are not moving.
Oh, they're not moving.
No.
Okay, so they're not doing the twisty twirly thing.
Nope.
Anyway. Okay. I want to, if I can, I want to take that brick out real quick,
Okay.
just to see if it resets the gate.
So you guys take the brick out for a second, and the walls start shifting.
Ah, I put it back in.
Okay, and the walls stop.
Okay. I'm just checking.
And then he takes it out, then puts it in, takes it out, puts it in.
This is fun. All right, so we've got a creature, and there's water's coming from the bottom, green oozes coming from the top.
Water
Illdyn-
is coming from like a spout, like a shower.
Okay. Also, that's why I wanted to see if I took it out, like if it would close that.
Illdyn, did
Okay.
you happen to see what the creature was?
No, it looked like a long, slimy thing.
I just heard a splash. So.
You guys see a little eyeball like pop up from underneath the water.
Oh. gross.
Is it like
Minni, it's your mum.
Okay, you're gonna pay for that later.
We'll
It's
see.
exactly
My mom's
like
dead, by the way. Thanks.
I know. I assume this is what a necromancer would do to your mother.
Okay. I take my hand crossbow and I try to shoot Illdyn.
you try to shoot Illdyn.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
just
my
as a
fingers.
joke, like I just, just
I fire back.
Well, you have to give me a roll to see if you miss.
Okay.
Because you're trying to miss.
15 plus 7.
Fine, you missed. But only barely.
Yeah. Next time that's going in your forehead.
Sure.
So, all of a sudden, he's up on the gate. You're in the water. You feel this thing brush past your leg, and you can actually feel it coil around your boot, your right ankle, just like whoosh. And all of a sudden, it feels like a freaking vice is on you, just like trying to like maybe pull you the opposite direction from Illdyn.
Okay. I pull out my dagger, and I'm going to start trying to cut it off of me.
All right. Give me...
Having problems over there?
Yeah, I think I found our little friend.
That's fine. Have you figured out a way to
just
make
love
the
how-
water stop?
I love how unenthused you guys are. I think it's the best touch ever. It's just like, oh, great. Another thing to deal with. Deal with.
14 plus 7.
Okay, so you just crouch down as this thing coils on you, and it doesn't even accelerate your heartbeat. You just like whoosh, slash at it with your dagger, and this thing is just like a razor's edge. You could freaking shave with it if you wanted to, and it just severs this thing off. And you hear this.
She does. She's got that mustache, you know.
and you hear this like weird gurgling, like. Aw, yeah. Anytime I get a glass tilt from Bentley, I know I done good. And you hear that thing, and all of a sudden. It doesn't have a grip on you anymore, but this thing, like, kind of like a cobra, like a mesmerized cobra, like coils out of the water, and it kind of looks just like a big snake. You know, I don't know, maybe as thick as like your leg and like the thickest part. But then
She's got those big thighs.
the hood like comes out.
Thunder
The hood comes out. It looks like kind of like a cobra would, but then all of a sudden, like whoosh, this thing just like
Prometheus alien.
balloons up.
Jurassic Park.
What?
Jurassic Park.
Exactly. So you see this thing like balloon outwards, and it's got these like weird like hooded, like huge hood though, not just like a little cobra. It's
Yeah.
and this thing is like hissing and shrieking at you and spitting like this. What obviously to your trained eyes looks like poison.
Can I shoot it in the... Should we roll... Do we roll initiatives here for...
Roll the initiatives, mate.
All right. Got that sweet 14.
Crit fail.
Crit fail. Everybody take a drink.
All right.
To crit failing.
To Paulville.
Oh, the sweet memories of Paulville. I just want to take this moment to thank Paul. Without Paul, we would have never been here.
Pour one out.
He didn't die.
Still.
You roll the 14.
Yep.
Okay, so you go first.
All right. I'd like to take my hand crossbow and I'd like to shoot it in the head.
Give me a roll, mate.
All right. What do I add?
What?
What do I add?
Okay, so it is aware of you. So there was something about your
attack
proficiency.
plus 7 to hit is what I have.
Yep.
So I got a 24.
We have expertise in a lot of things.
All right, mate. You hit this thing. Describe.
1d6 plus 4 piercing damage if you want me to roll.
Give me a roll, mate.
Okay.
Roll the damage.
3 plus 4, so 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you launch this crossbow bolt. Describe it to me. Take me to this sewer.
I'm hanging on the thing and I'm watching her cut this, I'm like, okay, now she's going to cut it off. Of course she did the wrong end and it pops up out. I'm like, for the love of everything. All right. And I just take my crossbow, shoot it, and it does what?
All right. So.
As soon as I pull it, I'm looking around. I'm looking up at the ceiling to try to see if we can fit through that hole in the ceiling.
Because you know you're going to hit your mark.
Well, yeah. I shot it. I looked. I pulled the trigger, and then, turn away after the 3-pointer.
So.
I call Kobe.
Fine. It's appropriate, I guess. You like, Kobe, and you shoot, and this freaking crossbow bolt just like whistles out of your crossbow. And in a blink of an eye, you're highly tuned assassin's senses, just like you can hear the slight whistling of the fletching on this bolt, just like cutting through the air, and this thing just like slams, like whoosh, it goes like right through the freaking like kind of meatiest part of it, kind of like a shoulder shot on a guy, but it's like whoosh, and the bolt just goes straight through it. Does quite a significant amount of damage. You can see like blood and viscera sort of just like evacuate out the back. But
your turn, Minni.
Yeah, he's still up. And
damage?
He's
7.
Oh, 7.
He's really freaking pissed off now. And Minni rolled a crit fail.
Yeah.
So,
But only on... Does that affect...
I'm automatically last.
Oh, you're last. Okay.
Yeah.
So, furthermore, for your crit fail, you shall be punished.
No. No!
So, Minni, luckily for you, your buddy Illdyn, his crossbow bolt hit the mark. Blood, viscera, evacuates out the back. Like I already said, I just like using the word evacuate. Like my bowels.
Yep. Okay.
So, this freaking thing, it just gets shot, and it just like gives you an unholy shriek right before it freaking lunges right at you. But what's worse is that the way its body is arranged under the water, it whips its tail underneath, creating like a kind of like a torrent, like an undertow rush of water that just sweeps your footing out from under you. You splash right down on your butt, hands in the water. You're soaked with this. You're just soaked with this slimy, disgusting sewage water. It's in your eyes. You're trying to wipe it out of your eyes as best you can, and you hear this unholy shriek as it kind of goes to whip at you with its tail. It goes to attack. What's your AC?
16.
Okay, this stupid dumb animal missed you.
Yeah.
So, he goes to whip its tail at you, but luckily for you, just out of sheer luck, not anything more, don't get it in your head that it's not, you slip on the slimy stone underneath, and you fall back underwater. Your head is submerged right as this tail with these like barbed sort of like, not spikes, but kind of like these barbed, sharp, spiky tail thing, like a stegosaurus meets like the pop culture depiction of Satan with the spade tail. And it's just like whoosh, and like whips right over your face. You don't even know how close it was though, but Illdyn does. And that takes us to your turn skipped because you fell. Sorry.
Oh.
So how wide, what is this, like 10?
You guys are like, 10, 12 feet. Like, it's only 10, 12 feet from gate to gate.
So, and it's like, is it
right over Minni?
over the faces?
It's weird creature thing, Minni, and you up on the thing. It's like, up above, kind of like...
So, like, I fell backwards towards Illdyn.
Yep. Your head is now pointed towards... Your head is now pointed towards Illdyn. Your feet are pointed towards the creature.
Okay. So I'm going to spring off the gate.
Okay.
This is what I'd like to do, rather. I'll roll for it, obviously.
Okay.
Spring off the gate.
Okay.
As I'm springing, draw my short sword. Got on my back here.
Okay.
Cut the head.
Okay. That'd be pretty cool. You'd be a hero. Roll it.
Well,
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far. I would have been fine.
So what would you like me to add? Would you like me to add dex, or would you just like me to add my attack bonus with my short sword, or probably just my short sword attack since I'm pulling it?
Okay, let's do this. Give me okay, so what did you roll with your dex bonus right now?
20, non-natural.
Okay, so we're going to do this.
Okay.
You leap off. You draw your short sword. So far, you look like a total, utter BA. Okay? But now, give me the roll for the attack. And you get a bonus because you're sailing down on this creature. So give it a +2 on top of your proficiency in short sword attack.
Well, that's a 19 +7 +2, so
I don't know if you hit.
it's a 28.
Close.
I hate to tell you this.
The AC is 30.
AC is 29. 28.5. Take that, idiots.
So as you're coming down off this thing, you just like, okay, so you had like one hand up on this thing, like you're hanging, and with your dominant hand, you freaking like pull your sword free, and you like lunge off, and you just like grab, you twist, and you swing your sword right as you sail down. Your freaking hip rotation, the power, the momentum, the gravity pulling you down. It is like the trifecta. And your sword just severs clean through this freaking dinosaur snake creature's head.
So as I land, I'd like to land in the water and turn around. As I turn around to face her, put it back in my sheath, then hold out my hand. Can we go now?
I don't take her hand. I just
His hand.
And I get up and I just kind of dust myself off. I don't even mention anything. I just turn
Why
around.
are you dusting yourself off? You're completely wet.
You know what? That was.
Why don't you ring it
Cinema.
out, Minnie? Good.
Okay. I go immediately without acknowledging the fact that she just probably saved me from some damage.
I'm a he. Quit saying she.
Sorry.
I have feelings.
Well, now what we know about Illdyn is that you look very androgynous.
Yeah, you're a
Not
feminine.
gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Very, very much so.
It's part of your charm.
I immediately start working on the gate.
Because you can sort of like work both sexes for your... Anyway.
All right.
You start working on the gate. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I walk over with her, and I'd like to... Minnie, do we do the count of 3?
That sure.
Now, do we go on 3 or after?
Let's do 1, 2, 3.
Push.
Go.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So on go.
Right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go.
Strength bonuses.
Natural 20.
Oh, I was going to make you guys fail, but I'll give it to you on a natty 20.
And I got a 13.
Everybody drink.
Wait.
Natty
When we win and when we lose?
Yeah, boy.
Drink on the crits.
We got to celebrate them crits. Damn crits. Damn
Okay,
crits.
you need to not celebrate.
We got to
crits.
celebrate them crits.
Shh. It's all good.
Shut up. That was gold. That was podcasting gold, Bentley.
That's our single on our Foley record. It's the hidden track. Celebrate them crits.
All right. So this is just perfect.
Wait.
I'm sorry you wasted a crit on this, but
Do your pose again. You celebrate them crits. Your dance, yeah. It's Uranier.
vitamin R, baby.
Okay.
All right. So you guys both step over. You step on one side. Illdyn steps on the other. You freaking grab this thing, and the joke about leverage runs through your mind again, and you sort of chuckle.
No, I don't. That's
okay.
not something
Illdyn
would
does
do.
that then. So you guys freaking grab it.
I look over at Illdyn. What? What is it?
Sorry, the gate's heavy.
Okay.
All right. So so you guys both grab it. You freaking lift. Oh, your freaking quads are just rippling underneath your trousers. And whoosh. The thing shoots up like, like you were like doing tug of war and all of a sudden the other team just like let go, that sort of thing.
Ooh, Yahtzee.
And you guys just kind of stumble through the gate. Face first. You did it. Your strength check succeeded.
We both immediately stand up like,
Yeah.
I didn't see you trip. You didn't see me trip.
We shall never speak
Yeah.
of this again.
All right, fearless leader. Back in front.
How far away do you think we are, Illdyn?
Oh, who knows?
Talk to the person in your head. Find out.
So like, should I roll a perception? Can I hear anything? Can I?
Yeah, both of you can roll a perception if you'd like.
All right.
5 + 7.
I'll just listen to you first. You got to memorize.
12. Yeah.
19.
So, with a 19.
I'd like to listen to kind of see if there's echoes, if there's like I can hear people or.
Track 7.
That sucked. Sorry.
That's a djembe drum.
There we go. Yeah. You hear tribesmen in the back singing around a fire, praising their ancestors. Just kidding.
What a lovely tune.
Minnie's like, what? You hearing music now? I couldn't see you behind the mic, so it looked like you were about to do a sound effect or something. I was going to let you have the moment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Move it along.
So
Illdyn hears what?
Illdyn hears the dripping of water echoing throughout the sewers, and the scurrying of small rodents.
But what's more is he senses a sort of... The air doesn't smell so foul in this direction, he says, mimicking a wizard that he read about in the only books that we've mentioned that exist in this world.
The air doesn't smell so foul. It's coming from around that bend.
Okay. What does that mean?
I'm going to imagine that it's the bottom part of the house that we're looking for. Minnie, keep up. Come on.
All right. Whatever.
Lead the way. Go to the left.
Okay. Sure.
Imagine it. For some reason, I thought it forked.
That's fine. Yeah, it does.
Because I just listened to the one where we were in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Where you said something about the fork, and I was like, hey, you're talking about an actual fork,
fork
in the road, or like it just goes left and right.
Yeah.
But I imagine the tunnels can go, it was going two ways.
The fresh air sort of wafts past your nose and heads upwards before being caught in an eddy that only your highly tuned drow assassin senses pick up on. Not only that, but the faint scent of barbecued pulled pork sandwiches.
Oh, no.
Minnie,
Do you smell that?
they got that pulled pork.
Yeah.
His face.
I gotta have it.
Why are they? Okay, so here's the deal. We have to go in.
Let's just ditch the
We're
mission.
going. No.
I gotta get
the
some pulled
guy.
pork.
But
Right.
like, side mission, we got to get those two goes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
So we go that way.
you guys head up that way. And what you didn't realize was that the fresh air actually sort of like wafted up right into a trap. No, I'm kidding. No, actually, and why you're getting the barbecue pulled pork sandwiches smell is because this sort of leads like into... Have you guys seen Beverly Hills Cop?
Mm-hmm.
The first one?
No.
Okay, you know the mansion at the end with the big shootout?
No.
Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at here. Like a
Right.
big walled Casa de Mercurio, okay? And it's got a big freaking yard on both sides. All this stuff is kind of completely walled in. It's kind of on the edge of Bravik. And you guys, this sort of leads up sort of like right in the corner of like the back courtyard area. Right in the corner.
Okay. So we're outside.
So
they got a barbecue.
you guys
going.
have gone there. You guys are looking up. You guys are looking up. You haven't gone up yet, but you guys can choose. You want to like poke your head out and be
So
like,
what's
like
what's the entrance into the yard look like?
it? So there's a ladder, and it's basically just like a steel grate.
And we can like poke it up with our head and peek out.
Is it like surrounded kind of like by bushes or something?
Grass,
Or
bushes,
so it looks
and
sort
then
of.
so if you peek up and you're like looking at the house, behind you is the corner of where the walls meet. In front of you is the courtyard. There's plants, tall like exotic plants brought from lands far away.
Minnie, what do you see?
I see plants
Uh-huh.
in a corner.
Is
It
there
actually
anything
looks
going
kinda
on out
nice.
there? Is it like a party? Is it or what's?
So like every night, the night watchmen that are employed by the Whisperers, they get together, they cook their own food. Tonight happens to be barbecue pulled pork.
So it's just like the eating time.
They're eating right now,
Right.
and they're just like some of them are drinking, some of not like heavily because they have to work all night, but they're there might be like a couple ales going around. Definitely lots of food, that sort of thing. Signore Di Mercurio, he like doesn't skimp on his guys, and he kind of lets them do that. As long as they're being diligent, they're allowed to have the barbecue going like night and day.
Hey, Illdyn, what do you think about maybe joining these guys? They have a pretty good setup. I mean, pulled pork. I'm judging by your blank stare that you're not interested. Okay. All right.
Ferdinand gave us a mission. Come on,
Duncan,
No,
Don't-
Ferdinand.
do not talk about Ferdinand. Okay, so for because he mentions Ferdinand, I just push open the gate and or grate, and I want to stealth my way out and just start kind of staying behind the bushes and kind of taking in the surroundings a little bit more detailed.
Okay. So, with the name of Ferdinand hanging in the air, our hero, Minstrel, or whatever, just kind of loses it for a moment, or whatever it might be, and climbs out of the grate to the sewers, pulling her cloak tight
Are we not
about
having
her.
a plan?
Not listening.
Shielded from sight by the exotic
your silence
plants
as
carried
well.
from lands far away. And stuff or whatever. How will our heroes rescue the super secret agent sleeper man named Bojin? Find out next week. Obviously, I've been your DM, Rhett.
Minnitra Doate.
Illdyn Godear.
Boom. As always, grab your swords, keep on adventuring. We'll be back next week.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.